50 told me go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up.
Yo, what's fucking greasing, fellas? It's me, Zeke, multi-rank 1 Frost DK. I'm here with another video. I want to show you guys a couple builds here that I think are really good right now, and most importantly, they're really fucking easy, alright fellas? Let's get right into this shit. So first build we're going to be covering here is the build. It's a two-hand Rider of the Apocalypse Shattering Blade build. Alright boys, so I'm going to hide my camera here so you guys can actually see the full talents. Give me 1 second. Alright, there you go. So basically, the reason why I wanted to make another video for this build, I've been playing it a lot and I think it's just it's really easy. I think it's very versatile, so like it works in like many different comps. It's very straightforward, and I actually think for now in the comps where you need to stun for your team, I think this build will probably be better than my two-hand breath build, okay? At least until the November changes come out. There's going to be some big buffs to Deathbringer in like a month or so, and I'll cover all that stuff more in depth when that time comes. But for now, I think if you want to play two-hand, if you guys want to one-shot, you want to hit big frost strikes and obliterates, I think this is the build, alright? So I'm going to break it down for you guys. First off, the most important things here is that you're going to be playing Shattering Blade, which means you're going to want to pair this with Razor Ice on your weapon, okay, boys? This is basically going to cause you to hit some really big frost strikes, and it's going to give you a lot of on-demand burst. Now, another important thing, we're not playing Chill Streak, right? Chill Streak is just not worth it these days, sadly, boys. I've said it before a million times. Don't play that shit. It is hot garbage, alright? Chill Streak is in the past. Now, all we have is Frost Strike Obliterate, alright? So, I'm going to get into the stats here. Basically, it's very simple. You want to get as much haste as you can get, alright? Because haste is going to help you burst harder, and it's just going to give you more globals, right? It's going to make your burst rotation feel a lot more fluid, which is really important when you're playing a setup-based spec, alright, boys? So, you're primarily going to be focused on haste, and then you're going to go mastery, and then verse, and then crit, okay? Crit is completely useless in this build, and you definitely want to stay away from crit unless you're going for the badge trinket and you're trying to do burst every minute, but that's something that I don't think you want to focus too much on right now. Now, for the Runeforge, I did mention you're going to want to be playing Razor Ice on your weapon. The reason why is because it's just synergized really well with Shattering Blade, and it's just going to give you like, it's going to make it a lot easier to stack up your Razor Ice, which is what this whole build really revolves around, because you're pretty much just going to be hitting Frost Strikes and Obliterates for all your damage, okay? If you can't Frost Strike, Howling Blast procs are good too, but mainly Frost Strikes, it's going to be your heavy hitter all game, and during your burst, Obliterates are going to hit hard too, alright? Now, as for the rotation, like I said, it's really easy, it's very simple and straightforward, so literally, this is going to be your rotation, okay? First off, let's say the game starts, or let's say you don't have your burst, right? You're just simple, you're just doing your rotation. You want to make sure Frost Fever is on the target, so that means you want to open with a Howling Blast, okay? Now, the only other thing you can hit besides Howling Blast is going to be Obliterate, right? So you're going to Obliterate so you can Frost Strike. Now, you're going to Frost Strike, and when you can't Frost Strike, you're just going to Obliterate again. And so literally the goal here is to just 1, keep up Frost Fever, 2, Obliterate so that you can Frost Strike, and then 3, you're going to Frost Strike. So literally Frost Strike is where you're going to be prioritizing outside of your burst, okay? If you can't Frost Strike, then you want to Obliterate to generate runic power so that you can Frost Strike again, okay? Because the build, it just revolves heavily around Frost Strike, and it's a very simple rotation. Even if you mess it up, like, it's still good damage, and it's so hard to mess it up. Literally, the only thing you can do that's bad for your rotation is just use non-proc Howling Blast all the time. Like, this is the only way to fuck up the rotation. If you just sit there and you spam Howling Blast, that is like the only way, boys. Don't do that shit, alright? And so that's the regular rotation. Now I'm going to cover the burst rotation. I don't want to go too in-depth on the burst rotation because I have a burst guide for this build, okay? I've covered this build a little bit in the past, but I wanted to give it a full guide because I think it deserves the attention, and it's what I've been playing a lot, okay, boys? So, For the burst rotation, first I'm gonna cover it slow, and then I'm gonna show you what it actually looks like, okay? So first you're gonna want a Howling Blast to apply Frost Fever, of course, that's before the burst. Then you're gonna want Chains of Ice to target in place. Now, ideally, you wanna grip in another target, right? So you're gonna grip in another target, then you're gonna Blinding Sleet everyone in front of you. Then you're gonna Death and Decay, you're gonna Remorseless Winter, you're gonna use your Dragon Stun and Pillar of Frost at the same time. Now you're gonna Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, and then you're gonna silence Frost Strike, Obliterate. Alright, so it seems like a lot, but I promise guys, it's very, very simple, and I go really in depth in my burst guide to really show what it looks like, and I'll make sure to link that down below too, and I'll try to put a little card at the end of the video so you guys can get straight to that video, because I go into it a lot more in detail, okay? Now, I'm still going to show you what that burst looks like right here again, but in actual, like, playthrough, right? So you see what it actually looks like, okay? Alright, boys, check this shit out. This is the burst right here. I'm going to show you what it actually looks like, okay? First, you're going to Howling Blast, Chains of Ice, grip this guy in, Blinding Sleet, Death and Decay, Remorseless Winter, Draco and Pillar of Frost, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike, Obliterate, Frost Strike and Strangulate, Obliterate, Frost Strike. Alright? Very simple. You're literally half of the buttons you're pressing are just Frost Strike and Obliterate, alright guys? So remember, you're Frost Striking to generate Obliterate procs, and then you're gonna Obliterate to spend the proc, and then you're just gonna repeat that process over and over. That's what's actually going down in terms of the damage abilities you're pressing. Now, there's a lot more damage happening behind the scenes, but it's all passive stuff. Like your horsemen are gonna pump a lot, and you know, you're gonna have dots rolling and shit, but it's mainly Frost Strikes and Obliterate, right? Now, I wanna show you guys some gameplay clips, because, you know, that might not be convincing. You know, this guy's got full HP, so it might not look like I'm hitting hard, but you can hit fucking hard with this build, alright, boys? I'm gonna show you some clips right fucking now, so stay tuned. Crazy shit, right, boys? I know you guys didn't believe me, man. I swear I know you didn't believe me, but I told you that build hits fucking hard, man. So anyways, that's pretty much the two-hand rider build with Shattering Blade. Now, there's something else I want to cover here, okay? Because Shattering Blade is very simple, and it's fun to play with for two-hand, and it's a good build. But there's another build that's very similar, very, very similar, and I want to cover it too because it's got some merit, okay? And I like playing it in solo shuffle. So, it's literally the exact same build, except you're going to change one thing, alright? You're going to swap Shattering Blade for Smothering Offense, okay? And then another thing you're going to change is going to be your Runeforge, because now you're not playing Razor Ice anymore, right? So you're going to say goodbye to Razor Ice, and we're going to put this bad boy on. Now, I will admit, this build is not as simple as the other one. There's an extra layer of difficulty, but it's not really that much harder, if I'm being honest, boys. All you really do is you just prioritize Howling Blast over Frost Strike now instead at all times. So like, if you don't have an Obliterate proc, instead of Frost Striking, you're just going to use a Howling Blast proc, okay? Now, if you don't have a Howling Blast proc, you can still Frost Strike, and it's all good, boys. Another difference is in terms of like the gameplay, you're going to want to just be trying to stack up your Razor Ice using the Avalanche talent. Now, I'm going to get into that in a second, but I want to cover the stats again. The stats are the same exact thing, all right, boys? You just want to prioritize Haste, and then when you can't get any more Haste, you get some Mastery. Pretty simple shit. Build, like I said, the exact same, okay? Literally nothing changes except these two talents. So with this build, you're just going Smothering Offense instead. There you go. And that's that. So now for the rotation, like I said, main difference, Howling Blast is just a little bit more of a priority now, okay? And the reason why is because when you don't have Razor Ice on your weapon, your only way to generate it is via these Howling Blast procs or via Obliterate procs, okay? And so the only way you get those is by pressing Obliterate. So I'll show you right now your actual rotation. I mean, same thing as before, except when you get Howling Blast procs, you want to make sure you press them. Because look at this. You see how I just got one? When I use it, boom, Razor Ice stack. Extra Frost Strike damage. It's free extra Frost Strike damage if you keep stacking it up. So I'm going to try again. See if I can get another proc here. Alright, we got another one. Look. Boom. Now it's at 2 stacks. This can stack all the way up to 5 stacks, which is actually a lot of damage. It comes out to like 18%, I think, bro. So you definitely want to make sure you're stacking this up. And outside of your big burst, it's harder to stack it up because you just got to spam Obliterate a lot. But during your burst, you stack it very easily. Just check it out. Whenever you use an Obliterate proc, you'll get a free stack. So this will just happen naturally during your burst rotation, okay? So, very simple shit. The burst rotation is the exact same, except you just prioritize Howling Blast procs a little bit more than Frost Strike, okay? And this is a little bit more similar to my Breath of Sindragosa build. If you guys watch my full guide with the Deathbringer Breath of Sindragosa build, aka the Breathbringer build, alright? Funny little name there. If you use that build and you're accustomed to that, this 2-hand rider build with Fallen Crusader is a lot more similar to that playstyle, okay, than the Shattering Blade build. But like I said, the Shattering Blade build is just very simple. It's easy, it's one-shotty, it's fun. It's the main focus of this video, but for people who don't like Shattering Blade, I know there's a lot of you guys out there, you play this instead, okay? And Rider's just really nice. You get the horse, boom, super fucking fun, dude. I love this ability. You know, you're just mobile and shit, man. This is like straight out of Lord of the Rings, bro. You're like the fucking ring wraiths. Anyways, that's what I wanted to cover in this video. Pretty straightforward stuff. Like I said, Fallen Crusader, Runeforge, you go Haste Mastery versus Crit. Boom. Simple. Anyways, boys, that's going to be it for today. I really wanted to show you guys this build, well, these 2 builds, most importantly, the Shattering Blade build, because it's so much fun. It's very straightforward. Really want to show you guys that, because I've been playing it a lot. Honestly, a lot more than I thought I'd be playing it. And to be honest, until November's changes, the buffs for Deathbringer, this build, honestly, it might even be better than the Deathbringer build for 2-hand. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and I've been playing it a lot lately because of that. So, anyways, make sure to check out my burst guide for this build. I'm going to link it down below, and I'm going to add a little card at the end of the video so you guys can just click it. And it's a lot more detailed, so anyone who's struggling with the burst combo, who thinks it was too fast, there's too much going on, check that out. I promise you it's a lot simpler than it seems. Okay, boys? Most importantly, check out my stream at twitch.tv/FrostGodZeke if you guys enjoy the content, because I'm streaming there every fucking day, boys. I'm going to play with this build and all other kinds of builds. I'll even play some Unholy, bro. I've been fucking around with the Unholy lately. So don't forget, check out my stream, boys. And as always, I'll grease y'all later, fellas. Peace!
Told me, go ahead, switch the style up, and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money.